Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Risk of Rain 2, where today we are taking Multi out into the monsoon. I'm a little nervous about this. I think Multi has a lot of potential. He's not quite the commando, but I definitely think he has sort of a similar thing where his lowest state is pretty low and he scales really well. For a lot of the same reasons, which is basically, I have attack speed. Let's just check up here real quick. So I agonized a bit over which primary weapons to bring. You can see I've chosen the rocket launcher over the rebar puncher, mainly because I don't really have a lot of experience using the rocket launcher, and I kind of wanted to just feel it out. But also, it has 4 rockets at a time, and they deal 360% damage, so it bursts a little bit better than the rebar puncher. With the trade-off that with no rebar puncher, we have no single attack that does over 400% damage, depending. So it might be harder to trigger the rings. And when I say depending, I mean I don't actually know how the heavy bonus is applied to transport mode. Transport mode says it does 250% damage, and it may be the case that internally it's just coded as a 250% hit, and heavy applies as a modifier like after the fact. But it also might be the case that the heavy speed modifier just directly increases the scaling, in which case it is maybe possible that it will fire the rings if we happen to get one. And we will certainly try to get one because they seem awfully good. I don't know. What do we have here? I would probably take the random on this. Although, you know, we'll probably be pretty close to stuff for nail gunning purposes, so maybe the boost crystal's good. Yeah, actually, I think probably the boost crystal's good. Let's get, like... Well, that didn't do nearly as much damage as I had hoped. Let's get that thing and then press the button on the altar here. Alright. So what are we gonna get? Okay, that's not a great one. I was kind of hoping, like, Beetle Queen. Let's try to burn him real fast. Also, always stay behind. Take that, the boss. Okay, we did disregard a lot of enemies there. Oh, great. So we didn't get a boss item effectively. That's a real bummer. Okay, so it recharges like the Visions of Heresy. I do like the to be clear, I am happy about the dagger. The dagger was a really good call. But yeah, the rocket launcher seems to recharge like the Visions of Heresy, where it's a short cooldown to get all of the charges back, which is good. That's a good way for that to go for us, I think. Very clumsy. Very clumsy. I think we probably should not plan to move on like this. Stop not taking damage. And we should probably, like, go up top real quick after the teleporter finishes charging. Yeah, there's something right there. Just, I need to spend more money. Okay, hard to be mad about that. I'm gonna go ahead and grind the squid thing. As much as I do like the squid turrets as a way of drawing attention off of ourselves, I do think it's nice to have one eventually for that purpose. It just, like, baffles enemy targeting. We gotta find something better to do with green item quality this early on. Alright, here's something. Plating versus... okay. Alright, excellent. The backup magazine's not really that bad on him. Like, the grenade does good area damage and it is a stun, but... obviously there's a lot of stuff I prefer over it. Should we go get that? Well, let's pull this first. Okay. We'll grab this and then just jump off and teleport out. Just about 5 minutes hitting the button is... it's a little slow. Okay, absolutely. I'd be overjoyed to have this even if it wasn't bonus damage on our attack. Well, we did get 2 pieces of equipment on the first level. I don't think that Supermassive Leech is all that good for us. But at least it's attached to the right weapon. We'd much rather have that on the nail gun than on the rocket launcher. Did we get an altar? We did not. Okay, well there's still a couple more places we know that it can spawn. I think that's basically what we're doing in these early stages, is just run around and look for the altar, and then as soon as you have finished that, either by finding it or by ruling it out, you gotta get the hell out of there. I do not much care for the fact that this is dealing 95% of a Wisp's health and damage. Really want a thing that's relatively hard to hit with to do the whole job. Is there anything in here? There is a single chest. I was kind of hoping for like a, you know, a blood shrine or something. You know what? I'm going to grab that now that we have just enough money. Because there's no way we're coming back in here, right? Alright. I think we will soon have an opportunity to learn a thing. Okay. Question answered. Heavy does directly scale the percentage of the attack, so we can fire the ring. Cool and good. This is definitely the better of the 2 ways for that to work for us. So we'll check up on the upper ledge, and then from here we'll be able to see the one other Newt altar spot. Oh, there it is. Out of curiosity, though, is there one up here? No. We have seen that multiple Newt altars can spawn on a level before, so... thought it was worth checking, because that one's going to be a little bit of a bummer to get to. Okay, so... honestly, a medkit's probably not a bad idea, but let's roll the dice. Okay. We came out bad on that one. You can wiggle yourself up this tree usually. Wow, we just got completely stuck in place when I tried to charge there. Damn it. Well, I'm not having very good luck with this. You just keep him busy there, Gunner Drone. This is working a lot less than it usually does. Did they change this tree? Okay, hold on. We gotta play clean up a little bit here. Yeah, we're just like we're sliding off of it like it's made of ice now. So yeah, they changed the tree apparently. I don't think we can get that then. It used to not even be very difficult to get up here. The tree would just sort of coddle and carry you. It seems like we get up the best when we're on the left side, but we hit a rock here. Yep, okay, we're just not getting that. Well, that's a shame. Man, imagine if we had a couple more daggers. This is already pretty good, though. Oh, that is lovely. Yeah, man, the difference in enemy targeting when you have even a single drone up is so powerful. Alright, so we do need to spend a little bit of... Oh, there's already a blue... I didn't even notice. There's already a blue orb up. There was the whole time. And I definitely looked at the... Like, the teleporter definitely got on screen at some point, so... I'm sure somebody has already typed something deeply shitty and childish in the comments about it. I'm always baffled by why people do that. If you watch, like, any kind of Let's Play... You can see so much of that. People just, like, throwing absolute childish tantrums in the comment about, I saw a thing, but streamer didn't see thing. Very bizarre behavior to me. Like, I watch a lot of Northern Lion, or I have watched a lot of Northern Lion, not so much recently, but, his community was the worst about that. Like, he's such a nice and positive and uplifting presence, and then people are just, like... Again, it comes across as like very deeply childish in the comments. It's just like, why would you even like watch and listen to this guy if your outlook is like this? Also, why would your outlook be like this? Why would you ever choose to be this person when you could choose to be any other kind of person? I think I'd rather have the leech. I do not think the leech is great, but I do think it's better than the elephant. Ooh, nice. That's a good one. Feel pretty good about that. Okay, let's go get ourselves a whole bunch of items. There's not even anything for me to shoot rockets at. Alright, so what lunar items might we look for? If you take Visions of Heresy on this guy, does it replace both of your primaries? I don't think it would be good either way, but I'm realizing I don't actually know how that would interact. You know? I think I will take this. I will also take this. So I do know what these do now. I found out. The Beads of Fealty seem to do nothing. We'll see. We'll see if we can make their thing happen. So, Nkahana's Revenge could be really good on us if we got the stuff for it. I don't think I'm going to do a blind recycle here, because I think most of our items are actually pretty good. Yeah, we don't have anything that I would be, like, really happy to lose. This is just gonna be a bummer. Ow. Now, we have some good, powerful offense stuff, but we have no health. We have the Supermassive Leech, but this could be a little awkward, depending on what kinds of enemies spawn and what kind of items they get. Man, 13 minutes going into Biome 3 is really rough. We're gonna have to go real fast to make up some ground here. Alright. Solus probes are not a good one. Not one of the ones I was hoping for. So even though this is not a great long-range weapon, we might be best off using this against the probes most of the time because the rockets have a lot of pushback. My primary concern here is that we might actually find it very difficult to get from cell to cell, and we might take a lot of damage in doing so, and then we might have to sit around at the cells and regen that damage. I guess we could just start a fight and try to leech it up, but I'm not necessarily... Okay, medkit really alleviates that concern, actually. So we have no idea. Let's just go this way. Okay, I think the fastest way is going to be getting up here and then coming across the bridge. But the medkit means we can regen our health very, very quickly at the edge of the cell. Let that take a little bit of damage, let that fire. Okay. I think what they should probably do is just make it so the cell vent aura, while the cell's not actually open, make the cell vent aura heal you rapidly. Because it is real dumb that sometimes you do this and you have to just sit at each cell for 2 minutes while your natural health regen does the thing. Okay, they got medkits of their own, that's not too concerning. It is somewhat unlikely that they will ever get to proc a medkit. Or never get to benefit from a medkit proc. So remember, when we let off the button with the nail gun, it does do one little blast of 12 nails, which can be really good for applying stuff. And also the it seems to me, I do not actually have numbers to back this up, but it seems to me that the nail blast happens in a much tighter area than the maximum spread from the gun. So it can be really good to just, like, when the gun gets to maximum spread, let off, get one shotgun blast that actually hits the thing you're aiming at, and then let the accuracy reset before you start firing again. And it looks like, based on our little bit of experimentation there, the accuracy of the gun resets before the medkit proc actually happens. Pretty happy to have gasoline. I think that is a fine item. Alloy vultures can be a real annoyance for some characters. I am not too worried about the alloy vultures here. We are going to potentially let that one heal up. I'm fine with it. Yeah, these soulless guys are the real concern, and it's not a big deal right now, but because they deal so many little bits of damage so quickly, there are certain items that they can be very frustrating with. Anything proc-based, if they got their own tri-tip daggers, it would be a problem. If they got sticky bombs or something, that would be a real nightmare. But yeah, the vultures tend to get close enough to you before firing that the nail gun's very effective against them. Okay, well that's just no item at all. I guess it means that we can just stand still at the new cells instead of having to do the medkit dance. The hot new dance craze that's sweeping the galaxy. I don't know, man. It just gets in your mind. Like some kind of... geez, it's like an organism that like little bits of it get off and then they go places and then they spread it so there's more of it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Attack speed. Attack speed, probably not a big deal, this soldier syringe, although obviously we're taking a lot of damage. I might just leech. Just to make sure. The leech doesn't even have very much of a cooldown. We can survive this. Ow. We can survive this, he says, as he turns around and takes one directly in the ocular indicator. I'm assuming that Multi does not have, like, eyes, but he's got something. Somehow he can see. I have to say, I'm very pleased with the start of our build. I think we've got good potential here. Alright, second gasoline, maybe not quite as exciting as the first. I was a little worried that was not going to work, actually. Ugh. Well, the good news is the brass contraption is another enemy that is going to tend to get close enough that the nail gun is effective against it. The bad news is everything else about brass contraptions. This could potentially get ugly. The good news is we're not like 100% out of the woods here, but a lot of the items that are really dangerous for the soulless guys to have are white. And we've now seen both of the white items. It's 2 white, 2 green, and a red, I think, that they get. It is still possible for them to generate air-to-ground missile launcher, which would be scary. Okay. It's fine, I suppose. Honestly, for optimal effectiveness, we should be waiting for our drone cooldown on each cell, but it's not even that I don't want you guys to have to sit through that. I don't want to sit through that. That sounds boring. Just sit here and wait. Pretty sure Kiara's band, or the bands, I don't know which one that is. Kiara's the fire and Runel is the ice, I think? I'm pretty sure these do nothing on enemies, so good news for us. Yeah, I don't know. To be perfectly honest with you, I kind of think I like the rebar puncher better than the rocket launcher, although I do appreciate, like I said, the graphics and sound of the rocket launcher. The rockets make a real cool noise. That's weird. Does it seem to you guys like those things are better at tracking us when we move right than they are when we move left? I think this is the one on the ground over here. Do they have a particular sidestep weakness? I was wrong. It's the one that's... Oh no, it's this one. Okay. I thought it was going to turn out to be the one up on the hill, which could actually have been really bad for us. All right, cell 6 is a dangerous one. Let's fingers crossed they don't get anything too ugly here. Imps is not so bad. Given the pretty weak pretty weak items that they've gotten a hold of here, I think Imps is not too bad. I'm definitely a little worried about the number of flying enemies plus Imps, though. That does mean Imps mean you are looking down a lot, because they get right up in your business. Okay, that took forever. Yes, it absolutely is the case that the soulless guys are able to keep their lasers on you if you are tracking right, and they are not if you are tracking left. What a strange... What are they, martial law? I don't know Tekken well enough anymore to know who's weak against which side step. I could not pull an accurate one there. I hope that law makes sense in that joke. I think if we pull almost anything except air-to-ground missile launcher here, we're feeling pretty good. And I am, in fact, going to wait for the drones to come up. Sorry, everybody. I'm a little nervous. I'm trying to think, are there any other green items that would be really scary here? I can't think of one. Yeah, the other band is fine. That's totally fine. If one of them somehow figures out how to do a thing that would proc a band, we're dead. We will instantly explode, but that miracle aside, I think we're going to be alright here. And with these enemies, obviously we haven't seen what the last enemy is going to be yet, but with these enemies, I don't think we're too afraid of them pulling the old Tesla coil on us. I will say, if they got Brilliant Behemoth, that could be pretty scary. The soulless dudes with Brilliant Behemoth could do some real damage. How did I... Whoa. What? They did, in fact, ban us. I was about to say, what did we do that triggered that ban? But I don't think it was us. I think it was one of them. Well, that sucks. Maybe the brass contraption attack does fire the band. No, it must have been us, though, because it was only one... It was only the fire effect, and they had fire and ice. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what happened. We got bursted there for much more damage than the brass contraptions dealt, so I'm not sure what happened. But that's a bummer. Well, let's give it another go. That's a little bit of an overshot, I suppose. Oof, the explosion radius on this thing is garbage. You have to hit, like, actually hit with it. What use is a rocket launcher if it doesn't remove the necessity of aiming? Okay, obviously not very excited about that. That might be a goat hoof printer. I'm excited about that. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'll keep it, I think. Rather than immediately goat hoofing. Maybe not, though. It's not bad. Actually, never mind. You gotta be really close to enemies for this to work. You have to be way too close. Wait, don't pick it up. I actually want that item, so we should go do the... Let's go do the goat hoof print now. Quickly. Then we'll swing back around and get our tougher times, and then we'll just fight a boss, I guess. Because we are kind of out of wandering around time. Alright, hopefully we'll get something easy here. We have a little bit of cover over here that we can use against the Nova. Also, what a weird density of enemies. Yep, and of course the instant I poke my head out, he immediately executes a point-blank version of that attack. This sucks. We need fewer enemies to spawn. I just need like a second or two to actually focus on the boss. Could you guys maybe fuck off for a while? Okay, please, please, please let me finish this. Yeesh. Okay, well, fuel cell is pretty good in general on this character, although obviously the situation we find ourselves in right now is not ideal for it. Okay, we gotta look around real quick for any other items that might be near the teleporter. I do think it's a real bummer that it takes 3 shots from the rocket launcher to kill a Lemurian. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. This is a very good item. Are there any other things? It kind of looks like there are no other things. Something up there. I know this is slow, but like if we move on to the next level with these items, I'm pretty sure we're going to die. Okay. There's a couple of things over here. Okay, I don't feel too bad about that. And I think that's it. I think we're just retiring with $129. I mean, honestly, our items are not bad. I wish we had more of them, but they're not bad. Just constant beetle noises. From these weirdly AFK beetles. Alright, this is a little bit of a rough position, temporally speaking. What on earth? That's not weird that... There we go. Huh. Yeah, that's just not where that jet takes you. Very strange. It is, in fact, here. Okay. Oop. That's a shame. Armor ended right before we took the fall damage. We did use it to eat half the fall. That's something. I'm not even going to use that because I'm pretty sure the items are just going to fall off a cliff. Alright, I am concerned. Definitely need that. There's another gun drone over there, which might be useful. Crowbar, I think, is pretty bad for us. Alright, teleporter, teleporter. Where might you be? Gotta be right around here somewhere. Is it behind this big tree? It is. Okay. You know, we've made up some time here. Let's really quickly check this room, and I think we're just gonna hit the button after this. I'll take that. And nothing else in here. Also, it's not actually walled off this time. Sure would love some equipment. Let's try to be over here. This gives us a safer place to fire from and also partial cover, so if she tries to spit, we don't take all of it. Yeah, like that. We can only be hit by half of the spit spray. Ow. Breast contraptions are such a bad time. What a bad time I'm having with these. Is that a Hopu feather? I think our boss item is a feather. I'm cool with a feather. One feather can be really nice to have. I hate the fact that I can't actually see my projectiles when the camera gets underwater. Yeah, one feather's not a bad thing. Let's have a very quick look around for opportunities to spend some of this money. Yeah, like that one. And what an opportunity it is. Okay, that's fine. It's not exciting, but it's fine. So one more chest. Here we go. Okay. We have a whole bunch of monsters chasing us, but of course they stop chasing us once we get near things that we could actually use their money for. Very bad. Just very bad. Alright, let's get this and leave. Hey, pretty good. So a pair of tougher times will certainly at least help us survive the trials. Gonna take $4 into the shop with us. And you know what? I am choosing to take these beads again. This is a declaration of intent. We are going to make it. I do think that that's a pretty good item. And honestly, we don't have any crit stuff though. You know what? I'm not going to take it. I was going to say honestly, 3 of our white items disappearing isn't really that bad, but I don't think we can really benefit from it enough for it to be worth losing items for at this point. And you know how this game is. It's going to take away both of our tougher times and our goat hoof. Leave us with the crowbar and the fireworks. So, if anything, I feel like we're maybe a little bit worse prepared for the for this than we were last time. The tougher times will help, and it's nice to have 2 bleed daggers. Hopefully we won't get... Ooh, that's bad. I was going to say, hopefully we won't get any brass contraptions, but I don't like these guys much better. The fire zones just they deal way too much damage. I do think that the sustained DPS of this option is better than the rebar puncher, probably. And they're not so bad by themselves. But I'm real worried about how this is going to get once there are other things competing for our attention. The good news is most items don't affect the deadliness of the mushrooms at all. That's annoying. He's definitely going to be able to shoot down on us, and we're not going to be able to stop it. Well, at least we're getting this one out of the way quickly. I think this is one of the more dangerous cells, because the enemies actually have a lot of directions they can approach you from, and also they can hit you from above. Yeah, if he never gets vision of us, though, he might never attack. We might just have a real cool, relaxing moment. Let's just really make sure that all of our joints are properly lubricated. Yeah, so that feels pretty slick. I think we're good. Also, where did you get that? Where'd you get all those feathers, man? We only earned one feather. I'm concerned that he might have done something truly horrible to some vultures somewhere. Okay, crowbar's pretty not great up there. Yeah, this might be one where I cut some of the some of the void fields though, because this is definitely going to necessitate a little bit of sitting around. That said, obviously I don't want to die off screen. We have no way of regenerating health in combat, though. Ugh, yeah, this is gonna be a little ugly. All right, I think I'm gonna insert a cut here. Wish me luck, everyone. So obviously I'm not done yet, but I just wanted to cut in here to make a point. Look at how slow our base health regen is. The developers have created a situation where objectively the right thing to do for our run was to come to the void fields, right? Because 9 items, including a guaranteed red with no time movement, it's unbeatable. Right? There's no way we could possibly get a strength boost that is better than this. And then they've also created a situation where it's correct for me to sit still. I've been sitting here for multiple minutes already, waiting to regen off the damage from the last cell, because imps with 5 boost crystals is a little harsh. And it's just, they gotta do something about this, man. They gotta do something about the void fields. It is not good. Okay, and we're done. I timed it. It took 35 minutes from the time that I cut to right now for all that to happen, because apparently Multi, I almost called him Handy. I wish Handy was in the game. Multi has very, very bad base health regen. Game developers, do not create a situation where players are mechanically incentivized to sit still for most of 35 minutes. I watched quite a few YouTube videos while I was waiting for this to work out. But we got some pretty good items from it overall, and check out our happiest mask. What, you don't see it? It's right there. It's a very small mask. It looked a lot bigger when I picked it up. Alright, so that was a little tedious, but it really was worth it. I mean, you know, mechanically, you can't argue with the value of doing the void fields. It just sucks that you have to do the void because it's boring. It's just a boring thing that sucks. But happiest mask, I'm pretty overjoyed to have. I think it's quite a good item. Wow, I'm doing a terrible job killing this guy. There we go. And I think it has a lot of potential to help carry us through this run. We have got to find the teleporter quickly. It'd be really helpful. Wow, hi guys. What'd be really helpful is if some of these enemies wanted to turn into helpful spirits for us. Oh no. Okay. Ooh. I feel like you don't usually get to hit wisps with the charge. That's a fun situation. So 3 goat hooves now. I feel pretty good about that. I like all that movement speed. We did get our missile launcher, which is another thing that I'm pretty much overjoyed about. That's pretty good. And like, it's not even just the items. You do so much fighting in there You'll always come out a couple levels higher than you went in, and I think you really need that strength boost as well on Monsoon, it feels like. It feels like the difficulty of this mode is very balanced around you doing void fields. So they should make it more fun or faster or something if you have to do it. And I always say have to, and then I know I have to clarify because people will be crummy about it. I don't mean literally have to, but strongly mechanically incentivized to do it. All right, how much is this? 120. We got it. We got it. All right, very welcome. Oh hey, there's a blood shrine. I love blood. Or rather, I love it when other people take my blood in exchange for money. I love to not have blood. Alright, so there's not a lot of places left for the exit to be. Or it's right, it's right there. That's one of the places that's left. Obviously, it's still valuable for us to look around, because if there were to be, say, a gold shrine, that would be cool, or one of those fancy TC-280 prototypes, I wouldn't mind picking up one of those. Interesting. I wonder what the actual percentage chance of bleed on hit is with these things, because there's a number of these where you stop picking them up, right? And I don't know what I don't know what it is off the top of my head. Is that okay? That's gasoline number 2 for this run. Fireworks just doing excellent work for us here. Alright, I'm pretty confident we can just hit this now. We're making up time. We're catching up. Catching up to where we ought to be. Sure do wish I had some equipment. I was hoping we'd get the blazing wisps as masks. No such luck. Yeah, we're having a hell of a time pulling anything for the mask, huh? I really like the amount of bleed we're getting to stack up with all these. I don't know what the theoretical maximum is, but it turns out 4 is pretty good. Also, I love an enemy who is large enough to take all of the nails, even when the thing is at minimum accuracy. Alright, an old war stealth kit can be life-saving. I don't feel too bad about that. There we go. Now we're starting to get some mask guys, when we basically no longer need them. I will say the void fields that we did here on this run basically felt totally trivial. I barely needed to be present. Sometimes it feels like it's that way a lot, where like they're often really easy, and every once in a while you get one that totally kicks your ass, and semi-frequently you get one where you just suddenly die out of nowhere, like we did on the first run. Just gonna check the upper area here real quick. Aha! I had a feeling. Okay, not a very exciting. Not a very exciting guy there. Gosh, I love having all these goat hooves. Alright, you think we can make it back to the blood shrine? Oh, maybe. Maybe. I did it. Hooray. I do love getting to start the next level with some gold. That's actually pretty good. It's not even really a small amount. Okay. Chronobobble, Huntress thing. I think I'm going to take the Huntress thing. We're going to have to make a little bit of money here first. Where is the contraption that is firing at me? This is actually pretty good damage. I need to be leading more, though. There we go. I don't think this is necessarily amazing for us right now, but I do think that it's the direction we want to be building in. Fool, now you've done it. $197 is awkward. That's just a little too much for us to get it easily. Hopefully this guy will drop enough because he's an elite. Man, actually, drones, could you maybe help out here a little bit? There we go. Let's find some more nests, burn those out real fast, and then get out of here. Yeah, this is a really good example of the scaling potential of the nail gun. Definitely think the nail gun is one of the better primary attacks. It's a shame that it's really not viable to run nail gun plus the saw, because I think the saw is a lot of fun, but like, you need something long ranged. Maybe we should kill this guy before we call in the optional boss. Actually, he's large enough. I could probably just be nail gunning him. Maybe not quite. Oh yeah, that's working. He's finally figured out. Oh, I need to not just stand here and take this, huh? Alright, very heartening. It's a very heartening amount of damage. Oh, that's excellent. So there'll be some more around here somewhere. Okay, that's a nice item to have a couple of at least. Not a lot of nests on the ground here. I feel like we usually see a lot more. Okay, so nothing of value in either of these machines. Yeah, man, where the hell are all of the bird nests? We shot the one that I saw up on top of the thing here. Okay, here's one. The penultimate. Oh no! I guess we'd already gotten the other one. I saw the pink text, and I didn't even bother reading what it said. I just assumed it was the first text. Somehow that's not true, despite the fact that I don't remember seeing the first text at any point. Oh yeah, look at them. Look at the damage. Make some friends here. No, nothing? Man, I feel like we killed a lot of enemies in very quick succession there to get absolutely none of them. Okay, what's our red item? It's Rejuvenation Wrap. Not that good, on account of we have very little healing. Alright, I think what we should do here is... I guess the days... all three of those items are garbage. All three of those items are so bad. Let's fall through the underground here and then use this route to go up to the teleporter, because that way we have a chance to see some new stuff at least. Feel pretty good about third missile. Did that guy spawn at like 30% health? What was that about? Huh, this one also spawned missing a bunch of HP. It's weird. Actually, you know what? This might be immediately relevant. Did we get like 10 frost beetle spawns simultaneously? That's pretty strange, right? I guess we're at the point where we're at the point in the scaling where the spawning starts to get a little weird. Sometimes I feel like these fire beetles are not even trying to harm us. The beetles do a lot of just, like, jumping back and forth. And we know the game has fine melee monster logic, right? Because imps will totally get up on you and actually attack you. But have I ever been successfully attacked by a beetle? Is that even a thing that can happen? Alright, we're very droney, so I'm gonna go grab the missile drone that I saw up here before we get out of here. The more drones you have, the more effective each additional drone is, I think, because of the way that they distract enemies. Like you find that your drones survive longer and longer with each additional drone. Now, obviously, there are some enemies that are still pose a problem there, like a brass contraption can very easily volley a drone from full to dead. But for the most part, a lot of enemies have to hit a drone several times to bring it down, and they haven't got the patience necessary to do that if they have multiple targets available. I would love to open that equipment thing, that equipment barrel, because we should really have a second equipment. But obviously, that is going to have to come after earning some money. So we need to find and pull the one or two ambient bosses here. Get them down quickly, get that money from them. And then use that to buy up some of the stuff we're seeing over here. Okay, these guys are also going to have to go, obviously. Brass contraptions are always, always, always a problem. Even the normal ones. Oh, that's fire. Don't walk in the fire. Okay, this has made us a decent amount of money. This will get us that equipment at least. Wow. Really, really solid driving on my part. Well, I mean, don't put this on the brochure or anything, but it's certainly better than an empty slot. You guys, all of you need to stop doing that. Where was that drone? Here it is. Where is my exit, do you think? Wow, the brass... I didn't realize how far away brass contraptions could attack. That was a hell of a shot. I kind of can't believe I actually made that. Let's go Will-o-the-Wisp. Well, hey, what do you know? Let's give our drones a second to catch up here. Nice. Alright, I think the team is all together. There's still a couple of enemies that would maybe be good to kill. Yeah, we have some annoying elites to deal with here. The rate of enemy spawns, it's just so high. Honestly, if we can get rid of this shock dude, I think we just go. There's no sense trying to get us down to 0 enemies or even 0 elites, but probably we should not have elite brass contraptions up when pulling the boss. Where did this come from? Did I open a thing over here? I probably did. I'm going to try to just stay alive for a moment while I ignore the boss and get rid of as many mushrooms as I can, because these guys are considerably more dangerous than the boss is. And also, I would really love it if we could maybe, pull some ghost shrooms, which we totally did. I probably don't need to bother shooting at the wisps, actually. They'll probably die off of, like, random missiles and ukulele procs. We're fighting the good enemies. Okay. Ooh. We got a ghost worm. That's pretty lucky. Oh, wait. Was the Berserker Pauldron my boss item? Did the boss that spawned from the teleporter die instantly, and then that magma worm was a totally different, just a random magma worm that happened by? I guess that must be the case. How did the... What happened to the actual boss, though? Also, what even was it? Okay, well, our teleporter's good, but we have so much money. Infusion, maybe not 100% ideal at this moment. Or rather, maybe this is not the ideal moment for this. Do we have... I don't think we have the stuff for Deathmark. Well, if we ever get some more interesting equipment, this will be pretty cool. Alright, I guess let's just get out of here. We're definitely lagging. Granted, we have a lot of terrifying items. I am stronger than I think we would usually be at this point, but also, there's a limit to how much that's going to matter. Where was that, where was that chance shrine? We definitely, from the ground, saw a chance shrine. And I would love to... there it is. I I'd love to hit that real fast, because that'll probably be a great way to burn a whole bunch of money very quickly. Okay, those are fine. I think all of our drones survived the battle. No, I totally have the money. Why is that not buying? There we go. Okay, yeah, 33 minutes for the loop. This is like looping at like 50. It's not what I would want. Also, I'm just knocking stuff off my desk. But we do feel very powerful. We might be able to stick this out potentially. Okay, lots of treasure making itself known right away. The only thing we actually care about is this. We'll go scoop treasure later. Just put up a couple of stacks of bleed real quick, you know, one or two. I figured we'd probably be okay on that, but it would be a silly way to die here. Did we not pull a ghost? No, we didn't. We didn't. Not a single one of those. Well, that's a shame. I was kind of hoping we'd kill a bunch of beetles and get a couple of ghosts that would help us avoid having to deal with any of the rest of the beetles. Alright, the second ukulele is not worthless. That is what I will say about it. Yeah, you can see here, like, we know that our damage is very, very high. You can see with the amount of scaling that we have allowed the enemies to acquire with our slowness. They are surviving our very high damage for quite a while. Let's go grab lots of stuff real fast. Okay, not actually mad about move speed. That's fine. Can't have enough drones. We actually have a lot of drones. Whoa, 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 whoa! Yeah, real fast. Probably a little too fast. I wonder what the degree of cooldown reduction is. You know, we often think about this item mostly in terms of the extra charges, but it does reduce the cooldown of your equipment too. And we have a couple of them at this point. Alright, real quick, are there chests over here? No, not really. Okay, let's go. This is just our normal sprint speed. I have high hopes. I have high hopes. I'm gonna zap this guy out. Okay, so the cooldown of our equipment is somewhere in the neighborhood of like 15 seconds, maybe? It's hard to tell because each of the charges has its own individual cooldown. Oh, spooky elites. There he is. I want to make sure he's the one who gets the lightning. Well, I should probably at least grab it. There we go. Alright, so it looks like it's not in this corner. Whoa. I'm having a little bit of trouble controlling my character here. We might be too fast, he says before buying a goat hoof. Alright, let's try something. That's not even that much damage. The scalar from heavy must not be very large. So Beetle Queens are a little bit dangerous. They do have that that huge burst of damage in the spit that is like very difficult to. It comes out super fast, and if you're close to them, say because you have to be because they're behind some good cover here, you don't really get a lot of time to react to it necessarily. Wow, that is so many beetles. Also, are they allowed to just spawn outside of the fight area? That doesn't seem fair. Okay, there we go. My guess is that our Berserker's Pauldrons are basically always active during the teleporter event. I haven't been paying a lot of attention, but they gotta be, right? Trying to not be on the ground so much until I managed to get rid of the two spooky elites. Lightning helps, but man, this guy can take a beating. Ow, walking right into the traps. Thank you, Tougher Times. I did just hit the teleporter. Hopefully it'll get us out of here relatively quickly. I feel like our damage is pretty good, but the the fact that we are not keeping up with enemy spawns suggests that I am wrong about that. Yeah, and it's taken us a long time to kill enemies. We need to conclude this nonsense. Oh my gosh, is that that's a lightning elite minigun guy. That's very bad. Okay, well, we're through the shield. Fortunately, minigun guy is not stun immune. And with our attack speed, we are basically constantly stunning enemies. May as well. Ah, there it is. I think we just hit it. I don't see any reason to stick around. I don't think it's helpful for us. Oh dear. I don't really like this number of these guys. Yeah, always prioritize the death of minigun guy. Minigun guy is always a problem. I just tried to do a charge there, and I guess right before I pressed the button, I double jumped behind a greater wisp, and he ate the entire charge by himself. Very annoying. Alright. Yeah, we definitely, our DPS scales up over time because of all the bleeds we're able to stack on large enemies. So I guess the fact that we have a little bit of trouble keeping up with the torrent of normal enemies doesn't necessarily... Oh, this is good. It doesn't necessarily tell us a lot about our boss DPS. Which is good, because if I'm not mistaken, yeah, we do have the beads. We're about to fight a relatively difficult boss. You know, not to spoil anything, but, you know, if you're watching the video still in about 20 seconds, you were going to see it anyway. And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't know if we're ready for it. And then we fled. Oh no. You know what, I already pressed the button. It was too late to buy new equipment. But it would have been nice to buy, like, a Prion accumulator. Okay. Whew. So our drones came with us into here. I hope that they'll be available to us during the thing, because I could really use their help. We move quickly enough that... Well, you know, we move really quickly, but we're mostly good at going forward and down, because we only have one Hopu feather, and... probably we cannot make it over to those islands in the distance. Alright, so, here's what the beads do. If you make it to the Obliteratron with the beads, and you obliterate, instead of simply being removed from existence for some reason... Oh good, we do have our drones. The beads take you to this place. From a moment fractured to a moment whole, and in a moment whole you will discover a twisted scavenger who has... you know, items and stuff, because he's a scavenger. He seems to not be aware of us. We're going to sneak up on him. I'm going to wait for my drones. Is he gonna... is he not actually aggressive? Maybe... Let's talk to him. We'll engage in dialogue. Oh god! He's got visions of heresy, apparently. So I'm pretty sure that they... Oh, he has a hammer, too. Let's just treat him respectfully. Okay, I don't know what the hell that was. His attack seems to be a little baffled. I'm not really sure what his what his move is here. Let's just keep some cover between us and him, because I don't know what the hell he's doing. Keep stacking up the bleed. Don't let the bleeds drop. Ow. The good news is he doesn't seem to be paying attention to the drones at all, so we're just gonna continue getting lots and lots of damage out of the drones. Never mind, he did, as soon as I said that, he did completely murder our incinerator. Ow. Yeah, it's a lot of damage, actually. So... his health bar... the health bar on his body refilled to full. The health bar above the, above him, the health bar on the UI is still showing that he has taken a great deal of damage, though. Not sure what happened there. I guess maybe the health bar that's actually on his body is not designed to show 100,000 HP. Just doesn't quite work. Okay, so every once in a while he does that thing. He is killing some of the drones, and unfortunately we cannot buy them back. It looks like, actually, as long as I have cover... Ooh, he did heal for a bunch there. As long as I have cover when he does whatever that orange goopy thing is, I can just sort of outstrafe a lot of the visions. Not that well, though, actually. Never mind. Continue using the cover. I think we might die here. He's a weird-looking dude, huh? So we got him back down to 60. We just need to keep, like, peeking and poking. As long as we... never mind. I was going to say, as long as we keep applying a bleed every couple of seconds, I believe each application of bleed refreshes the duration of the whole stack. It's not a bunch of individual applications with their own durations, the way that, say, the Blight is on... what's-his-face? Captain Dinosaur? Captain Dinosaur is the name of that character. But only because I actually cannot remember what his name is. So he just goes back to... he gains a lot of health. Ooh. I got killed by his... I didn't move out of his ring thing there. Okay. Well, I died. I'm counting that as a victory, though. We did all the things necessary to victory. Yeah, those can be quite difficult. I've beaten a few of them. I've died to a few more. But I'll take it. That's a victory. We obliterated. Nobody knows what happened out there in that extra-dimensional space. I mean, what, is Gura the Lucky going to tell him? Is that what his name was? Anyway, that's it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Please take the game design lessons that you've learned from watching this miserable playthrough to heart. When you come back next time, tomorrow, we have just a few more characters left to give their first shot at this, and I think they're going to be some of the easier ones. And we'll see you then.